Blessings, bliss, abundance, and love. It's Neith with the Light Warrior SiStar Hood. And I just want to quickly, I don't know how quick it's actually going to be, but today I want to just talk about this full moon. It's the worm moon. If you're listening to this a time when it's not the worm moon, then obviously you're feeling some full moon guidance energy because you're led to this particular post. So happy full moon in your walk and your leg of the journey. So this moon, so it has been said by those who follow and study in these spheres, that this particular moon is dedicated to guidance. So like the moons that we had previously this year is 2018 at the time of this posting. Those were about really getting all the things out and releasing the things that no longer served us. This moon is supposed to be about guidance, things coming up for us that have been repressed and therefore need to be looked at and witnessed so they can provide guidance for this next powerful phase of our existence. So what is coming up for me? Oh, it's been coming up for a little bit of time, but it came up very powerfully in a dream and also just in the energy of this day. We all have different ways that spirit speaks to us and the language of our communication with the divine. And all of my channels have been saying that my warrior needs time and opportunity to speak. It is now her time to speak. This is really important for me particularly because I have a history of this pendulum, and now my pendulum is swinging towards a dance of balance. So this whole dance of me saying, you know, light warriors, queens, let's speak up, it's time. We can no longer hide, we can no longer be in the shadows, because we just really can't. The climate of the planet and a shift in consciousness needs everybody on the side of light to be shining in their area. I truly believe that. So when I was a child, I still am. I was a very, very sensitive child. I cried a lot when people hurt my feelings, and I still do have such a wide range of access to emotions. But when I was a child, you know, a lot of black people and a lot of black women, especially, I really believe it was from a beautiful place of wanting me to be a strong woman. You know, a lot of people in my family, especially women, would say, you know, stop being so sensitive, don't cry all the time, you know, people are going to take advantage of you, and that type of thing. So of course this is very hurtful to me as a child. You know, I didn't understand what to do with my emotions, so I locked them away, and I learned to be very proficient at that, very good at that. And I learned not only to shut them out, but to create, you know, a protector so that I wouldn't even have to deal with the emotions at all. I would just lock them away, and I kept, you know, I created a guardian at the gate. So then, you know, I'm gonna sit down because I'm standing up with my sweetness, my apprentice. So I created really a guardian at the gate of my emotions and my thoughts and feelings and expressions. And this is the time, really, I think now, this is all coming to me in this moment. I think that's why dance is something that I came with as far as a spiritual guide and a practice, because there all my emotions were allowed, and actually they could be used for the highest and greatest good. They were necessary and needed, and I still use dance as a catalyst for expressing emotions that I can't quite articulate. Not that I can't articulate them, I can't articulate them in the way that I feel is acceptable and responsible in my mission in life, or that is what my past experience has been. So after that, I swung to the other side of the pendulum as far as like being very aggressive. And in my family, you know, this is like during my teenage years, my family really accepted that. That was actually more acceptable than being highly sensitive, you know, because we already have very strong women. We come from a lineage of warrior women. That I found out while doing my thesis work, that my family heritage comes from Sierra Leone, where they had very well-known warrior women. So that energy is present in us. But mine was not from a place of a true warrior. It was from a place of necessity and coping, which I don't think those kind of shadows that come forward, I do not think they're bad. I think we put the things in place that we need to protect ourselves until we go through the lessons that will integrate those. So, you know, then, you know, late teenage years into my mid-20s, I joined the Marine Corps, and I was, you know, really did a warrior walk with that energy. I was very good at it. And then it's just like something lifted off of me, and I no longer wanted to do that for several reasons, not just my energy was shifting. And so, you know, I found myself wanting to be more in my mother aspects, which I had, you know, already become a mother, and I'm a very mother spirit. So you know, I got into that mode for a while, experiencing some hurts and pains throughout that period of time. So really like found solace in that mother energy and not wanting to engage my warrior, because at that point my warrior had done some damage. The warrior I had created, the guardian at the gate, had done some damage to people and to me, you know. So then, you know, few years ago, after I went through getting myself sober and really starting this spiritual walk, I really dove into what I'm calling my goddess aspect, which is finding really a rootedness in my spirituality, how my ancestry plays into that spirituality, and really finding my deep-rooted connection. To date, my deep-rooted connection, which continues to expand and deepen, and, you know, really provide other awarenesses for me. But I have a awareness of who that is and what that is, and I can walk confidently in it most of the time. So now, as I'm saying, okay, Spirit is calling me to be, you know, a leader and a caller out for Light Warrior women. And my warrior is saying, yo, you need to let me speak. I will no longer be a slave to the politics of respectability. If I want my warrior to speak, rooted in this spirituality, I have to trust that she can speak from that space. She's always been in that righteous space. My real true warrior has always been in that righteous space. And so now I'm giving my warrior an opportunity, and myself, my whole beingness, an opportunity to expand through the exploration of letting my warrior speak, you know, unapologetically. And this is very nerve-wracking to me because, oh man, I'm a people pleaser. I like for people to like me, and I'm gonna take that back. I have practiced the principles of people pleasing as a coping tool in the past. So I am not affirming that for my life. So the aspects that I've uncovered that are part of, you know, God's creation, that is me, is both mother, warrior, and goddess. So I'm gonna let the goddess speak. She is also warrior, she is also mother, and she has to have her voice. So during this time, I'm going to do a personal challenge, which is letting my warrior speak every day during the month of March, just whatever she has to say. And I'm going to honor her and love her and respect her and trust her, and grow with her. you know, because there's a lot of things that I see that I'm like, okay, don't speak on that because you don't want to add negative energy. But there is a way that we have to speak and see and recognize the things that we want to shift and change. And I don't exactly know how to do that, but what I am coming to realize through my warrior speaking to me and really saying to me, yo, you can't just pull me out when you think you want to, you know, whatever. You have to consistently let me speak and grow with me. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to honor her and honor this vision and this walk and this call upon my life to just be in that space. So if you want to join me on this, that would be wonderful. That would be great. To see what your warrior has to say. You can share it in your spheres and link me, or share it, you know, in the Facebook, the coming Facebook group. Right now it's a page, the Light Warrior SiStar Hood, but it is about to be a group, an inner circle group where we can really get into this deep kind of work. And I will be sharing, you know, videos and more things. It's going to be a closed group. So this is Neith Sankofa, Light Warrior SiStar Hood, on this journey to walk with other creative women of the diaspora who are dedicated to shining their light as light workers, light warriors upon the earth. We know we came to shift the consciousness of the planet, and we also came to ensure the trajectory of our family and our lineage is in the direction of the light. So join me here, join me on my website, www.rightdanceadventure.com. It's going to be linked in the notes, or on the Facebook pages. Love, light, blessings, and bliss. Let's find our warriors. Let's refine our light, and let's shine it in the places that our calling and our hearts are encouraging us to. We need all of our light. Light, love, blessings, bliss, and courage, power. Let the warrior speak. Peace.